Hey everyone, it's Joe, the 50 something Dasher, with a not so great dash today. And I'll try not to get too worked up, too carried away. I don't, I don't need to have my blood pressure raised and all that kind of it's not worth it. Let's get right into it. It's this very first order that I had all the problems. Okay, today's Monday, January 27th, 2025. Thank you very much. Started today the same way that the last 2 days have started. Okay, so I get a $5, $6 McDonald's. Okay, let's take it. This is at 5:53 in the morning. Okay, so I take this to, just to get out of the house, get to McDonald's, deliver an order, and get the ball rolling here. Okay, that's the only goal here with this first order. I get to McDonald's. Okay, this is just a stock image from the internet. I just typed in Google search or whatever, McDonald's front counter, and and just got a stock image off the internet. But this is similar to a similar setup to the McDonald's I went to. Okay, so if you're watching a smaller device, you're probably not going to be able to see my pointer here. But okay, so on the right hand side, you got obviously the cash register, and then this little table here, same as the McDonald's I went to, and this little walkway here to get, for the associates to go in, and then another counter to the left. Okay, so this is the setup we're looking at here. Okay, so I walk in. First thing I look at is this the board that lists the queue of the orders and everything. My order is not in the queue. It's on the right hand side for orders that are finished. Okay. And at first, I'm thinking maybe my order was picked up by another dash or whatever. No, that's not the case. Through this walkway here, and my McDonald's had a little bit different setup. There's a counter right straight ahead. My order's sitting right there. So let's go ahead and mark it. Okay, here's my order sitting right there in front of me. Okay. I stand there's an old woman worker working at the cash register. Okay, and she's been there since I've been dashing a little over 2 years. She's worked at this location even longer than that. She's been there the whole time I've been dashing. Um, and okay, so when I walk in, she's standing there. And and it pays absolutely no attention to me whatsoever. Doesn't look at me, doesn't acknowledge me, just completely, totally ignores me. And she's counting like rolls of coins or something out of the cash register. She's got like some little slip of paper right here on this table and a little pencil, and she does a little bit of counting, and then she writes something on the paper, and then and um I'm really bad at, sometimes I think, at reading people. So take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt or for whatever it's worth. But this woman strikes me as somebody that lives a pretty depressing life or whatever, uneventful life, and in this particular situation, this is like one of the few times in her, day that she's actually has some level of control. That's kind of like what this person kind of strikes me as. Okay, so I'm the DoorDash driver. She's the McDonald's associate. Okay, I need to get this order. Okay, I need the staff in this situation more than they need me. So I need this a staff member. I can't just walk back through there. They'd probably report me to DoorDash so fast, and I'd get deactivated. Probably within 10 minutes. I would not recommend any Dashers doing that. Don't even chance it. Okay, so I need them to give me that, or they don't need me at all. They could freaking care less what the hell I do. They that order that's sitting there, those stores, those they could care less. It could sit there the whole entire day for all they care. And people like this lady at the cash register, they know that, and they know, even without looking at me. I'm sure she knew I was there and knew I was a delivery driver, and is playing this power trip game. And she could have been doing the most insignificant task that didn't have to be done, and that task was still going to take priority over stopping what she was doing just to take 5 seconds to acknowledge me and walk over 2 steps, grab that sack, and give it to me. Okay. I don't say anything right away to this lady. I stand here, right here in the center, this right where I'm standing, blocking that walkway. Okay, she's like, what, 3, 4 feet to my right. I wait until from over the side here and coming around this way and coming right here to the left of my order is not one, but two other associates. Okay, so I wait until there's 3 people. I'm standing right here. I got 2 people 3 feet to my left, one person 3 feet to my right. Okay, and I speak up in a louder voice. I'm like, I forget exactly how loud, but it was, in my opinion, loud enough. Excuse me, I'm here for the order ending in 456, or whatever order it was, order number. None of the three even so much as looked at me. Didn't look at me, didn't acknowledge me whatsoever. It's like there was nobody standing there. And I'm like, you know what? I don't play. This isn't a game that I play. That this is just me personally, but I don't play games like that. And also another thing I'll say about this is I'm not an overly like aggressive, dominant type of personality. I'm not one. I've seen drivers like this before that take control and take charge. You better believe me. I'll get somebody's attention in here. You better believe that. That's just not me. I'm sorry, that's just not in my DNA, my make. I did enough to where they should have seen me and acknowledged me, and they didn't. And that's about all I'm doing. So in this situation, this is going to be a 10-minute drop. Okay, if you're not gonna, and I don't can't remember the last time, if ever, I've ever used this reason, like when I'm standing there waiting, and you report that there's an issue while you're waiting, and in the menu choices is can't get any help from the store associates. And so, like I said, I can't remember the last time I've ever selected that, but I did on this order. While I'm standing there, waiting to do, I'm, probably going to be dropping this order. I pull up the details for this delivery, and there's 3 things that right off the bat that's not too favorable about this delivery. Number one, it's going to a business, not a home. So that's the first thing. Number two, it's a hand it to me order. And number three, the customer wants me to call when I get there. So this order was just just bad all the way around. I can't get help from the staff, and if I even do get the order, then I have to mess with all this with this customer. Um, so that was at 6:06. Finished out my 10-minute wait, and then I dropped it. So um, dropped the order, and now at this point the dash is ruined. At this point, the dash is just absolutely ruined. And of course, everybody's different, but for me, you get something like this on the very first order when all I was trying to do was boom, pick up an order, deliver it, and off I go. Instead, I have to deal with this. And this kind of thing right here, and I've talked about this before, but this kind of thing right here, this is why these gig apps continue to need drivers. You would think that this is relatively easy work, right? I mean, delivery driving, and you can set your own schedule, and you can, like, the 50 something dasher, man, he makes like $25 an active hour usually. I mean, I can do that too, I would think. I got a car I can use, and yada yada. Folks, I've said it before, not everybody can do this. So it's because of like crap right here, and it's because of like all the stuff that goes. There's so much stuff that goes into it. You have to be good with time management. Um, you have to be good with analyzing these orders. You have to know what you're doing. A lot of people don't think that you need a good sense of direction because there's GPS, but even relying on GPS, you still have to be somebody that has a good sense of direction. And I can go on and on and on of all the different things that go into this and the skills required and all this and that. And that's why there's so much turnover. I'm telling you, not everybody can do this. And also, messing with the BS, and but one of the things I will say for me personally, and this is true with my W-2 as well, my W-2 can there's let's just put it this way, there can be a lot of drama. Okay, I work somewhere, but it's drama all in capital letters. I'm not that type of I like to go to work. I got a job to do. I do it, collect my paycheck, and come home. That's me. Okay, so but all that drama that goes on around me, I've been able to do it for so long because I like enjoy doing the job itself. I really enjoy doing that type of work, and that's why everything else is just oh well, whatever. And I think a lot of times for gig work, that's been the same for me as well. I'm As far as a lot of the different aspects I've talked about, as far as good sense of direction, time management, money management, sense of urgency, work ethic, like a whole list of the characteristics that I feel somebody needs to be able to do this. I have a lot of those intangibles. And I also I like delivery driving. I like doing this kind of work and the freedom and the flexibility. I like doing the shopping orders. I like going into stores and busting out a shopping order. And um so like that's what kind of keeps me going. So this kind of stuff right here, yeah, it kind of, it kind of puts a damper on things sometimes. And today, for instance, it completely ruined my dash today. Completely took me out of the mood to do anything else today, gig work wise. But I'm going to recover from this and move on because you know, I enjoy doing this work overall. But where I'm getting at here is like for other people that get into this, that they run into stuff like this, and after a while they're like, no, just screw this. Yeah, this isn't. I'm gonna find something else to do. So yeah, yeah, forget this. um, but anyway, so and at this point, I didn't care. I part of me wanted to shut things down right then and there. Actually, $4 White Castle, not doing it, decline. $6 IHOP going to Rathmel Road area, decline. $8 8 miles Starbucks going clear out to Lockbourne, decline. That's with Uber. Another low ball Uber, 575. Panera going to the golf club area, decline. Um, I went ahead and took this. This is 1150, 7 miles, but this is all in zone. I'm sitting in the Meyer parking lot. Um, I went ahead and took this at 6:43. So after I've been on, I first logged in about 5:45. So an hour I've been logged in. I've made nothing in the first hour. So that this ends up being my first delivery. There's the 6 items. Only one moldable was that ice cream. These beef snacks, that was actually in the produce area, but um, it was so funny. I was standing right next to him. I was looking at open up my list, screenshot it, started walking into produce to get to the past produce to get to Little Debbie's. I stopped to look in this beef snack. I'm kind of assessing like the aisles where everything's at, and I see the beef snacks. They're here in produce, and I look over to my right, and there they are, like right next to me on this rack. That's pretty funny. So I get that delivered at 7:07. So this, what is this? So 24 minutes to make the 11:50 is pretty standard. 6.50 from DoorDash, $5 tip. So it's 7:07. And then I always end my videos where I'm saying to drive safe out there, but also be just a reminder, always be safe, and not just the driving, but walk. Look at this right here. Look at this mountain of ice that stretched clear. I had to, the customers to the left here, I had to park on the other side of the street because there was like 3 vehicles in front of this customer's house, all like running. One of them was some other delivery vehicle. I don't know. I don't know what those cars were doing. And so I had to park on the other side, and this huge mountain of ice stretching across practically their whole front of their driveway. I had to walk around it there was a place that I could kind of where the ice wasn't so wide, and that'd be like in the foreground of this picture is where I had to kind of walk through. But yeah, you gotta be careful out there. Sorry for those notifications. those were my that's funny that they came across in this video. Those were my how much I'm getting paid tomorrow from DoorDash and Uber, and that's marked in my calendar. That's what that was. um and decline 925 shopping order going to Commercial Point. And then this next one I took 2 minutes later. What wasn't much better, but since it was over $10, I took it. It's, it's kind of stupid, but at this point I didn't care. I didn't care at all, honestly. 1175, 10 miles. That's 10 miles all one way because you see how close I am to the Walgreens. Here's the items. It's only two things to shop for. I had to ask about the Alani. They weren't in the coolers. But so I had to ask, and there was an end cap where they were sitting out, and they weren't cold, obviously. Um, and then deliver clear to Hall Road area, West Side. This took 26 minutes, um, 625 and 550 tip for 1175. And then I decided to take a back way home, um, and then I ended up when I got close to home, I ended up pausing the dash, and I was wanting to just end it. I decided to ask my wife if she wanted to get something for breakfast this morning, and she said, "Yeah, we can." So and then so after I knew we were going to be going out and eating somewhere, then I ended the dash at 8 o'clock. Um, and there you see the two deliveries and 49 active minutes made $23.25, and that was it. Um, so that's it. That's it for this dash. For I I don't know. It is what it is. That McDonald's just like I said, for me personally, just killed the whole thing. It's just one of those things where it killed the whole entire dash. What else can I say about it? It is what it is. So, but I'll live to dash another day, and um, but whatever. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. As always, be sure to drive safe out there. We'll catch you next time. Thanks again.